Good morning, fire signs. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. This morning, I'm going to be doing a romance-specific based reading for you guys, which will be in effect from now until the end of next month. And to save on some time, I've already shuffled the cards as displayed here. Okay. So prior to getting into your reading, Earth signs, I'm going to be making a few observations first, and then we'll move right along. Let's first examine the elements that we have shown here. So let's start out by saying that, just to let you understand that when one element is really combined with the other, these two elements form a reaction. In fire sign, it either can be or it can result, in either a positive, negative, or neutral effect. Okay? So what we have here is that we're looking here, we have the staffs here. And that's really, the staffs is really the fire or the wands type cards combined to the pentacles there. So this combination really has the effect of really complementing each other. So the energy really inherent in fire really mingle with the practicality of earth. It helps us to achieve our materialistic goals through hard work. So, as with other elements, fire's energy needs to be properly directed so it doesn't scorch the practical potential of the earth. So, let's look at another combination that you have here. We have the Ten of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. So, it shows, Earth sign, that you presently already have a soulmate type connection, perhaps with your current partner. Okay? Let's also look at another connection. We have the Ace of Wands here to the Ten of Pentacles. And for some of you, it could represent, a publishing house, or it could represent some type of library or something that you might be doing, educationally wise, or something that you may be doing to, in terms of, getting something published or writing or something that some of you might be doing. Okay? Let's get right along into your reading and start with the bottom card. And we have the King of Swords there. So that represents an air sign. It could be either Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And so this card is really all about financial security, or really rising from obscure status to a more prominent or fruitful position, and really earth sign decisions concerning partnerships and love affairs. So this card says that you're going to be worried that others are not really keeping their agreements or even perhaps their commitment. Or that perhaps they are unreliable, irresponsible, or perhaps inept in some way. Okay? You're going to trust and distrust, but it looks like progress will continue and your relationship will go on. And it looks like that though you don't see it coming, you're going to soon be swept up perhaps in a powerful or life-changing relationship, perhaps that really is going to affect your life dramatically. Perhaps you have established a link with someone and maybe you want the change of events to continue. Okay, let's look along and move right along and look at your past card. And we have the Ten of Coins there. So it's all about earth energy. And when I see this card, Mercury is usually in Venus. So Mercury, earth sign, was the Roman winged messengers of the gods, known as Hermes, to the Greeks, and as was the son of Jupiter. So the planet is associated with the mind, science, technological abilities, logic, communication, and with healings. It also, it has sharp practices, especially relating to money matters. So this card says that you were troubled by your inability to really establish or cement the type of relationship you wanted to have with another. And I'm feeling that perhaps there were some a slight misunderstanding or perhaps a falling out or an argument possibly, transpired. And there really was no love life for you, as your only bond appeared as if it were just a psychic bond, because it looks like that all of your activities were geared toward daily living, family ties, or perhaps your home. Okay, let's move right along and just examine where you are in the present. We have the Ace of Staff here. So again, that does refer to the autumn months, September, November, or possibly can refer to a fire sign type temperament, a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. So this card is all about potential, or that which could be or perhaps is about to be, and really new avenues of fulfillment or promise that really kind of come in from out of the blue. So it says that you really do want a new beginning or a fresh restart in love, and you really don't want to experience life alone or really have a part-time relationship because you really want a full-time partner. And it looks like though you're going to be very receptive to those who advance. It looks like the time will not be right to kind of reap the full harvest. So this card indicates that, you can expect a happy union, and it looks like that if you've had a falling out or problems in the past with your partner, it looks like tensions or misunderstandings are going to be resolved. I'm also feeling that, you're going to be really, taking a look at or another look at analyzing your relationships, and your outlook thus looks good. You're going to feel that things are going to be moving smoothly or smoother for you. Okay, let's move right along to the future and see what card that falls there. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So with this card, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So, Jupiter is known as the Sky Father. Was a supreme Roman god, ruler of the universe. And like his Greek counterpart Zeus, I'm sure all of you are familiar with him, he really controlled the thunderbolts, which were kind of carried by his eagle, the king of the birds. So in the astrological wheel system, as in astrology generally, the house in which Jupiter is found, really presages a favorable outcome in an area of life really that's represented by that particular house. So Jupiter is associated with compassion, wisdom, and learning, expansiveness and increase. It's the bringer, of, extravagance and kind of being really, autocratic. So I'm kind of feeling that this card in its astrological aspects really talks about really maximizing any opportunities made possibly by, change in external circumstances and kind of widening earth sign, your horizons, really both physically and mentally, to really kind of overcome, any difficulties imposed by the lack of visions of others. So this card therefore says it looks like that someone from your past is going to return, but you're going to be undecided really about the relationship or really the way it's going to go. And situations are going to be out of your control, but your premonition, it looks like they're going to probably be right. So this card is kind of telling you really to get ready for a new way of life, because one is about to commence. And really, Earth sign, what is really happening in your life is going to soon turn out to something much better. Because it looks like that this apparent havoc is actually, it looks like the beginning of a new order. It looks like that was destined to kind of commence at this time. And if events had not really convened in just this way, you still be where you are, and you would have missed the turn of fortune that really fate has in store for you. So this card is kind of telling you, try not to get stuck on plans and really letting things go their way. It's going to bring you, or are going to bring you, good fortune. And this card is, really letting you know that events really are going to sum up in such a way that it certainly is going to be impossible, really for you to miss the result. But a new start, it looks like, in a new direction is going to work out in your favor. And it's going to give you the chance to kind of begin again. Okay? Now, I just wanted to, before closing, just to go on and give you some parting advice. And let's just step back up a bit. For those of you who have yet to subscribe, please take a moment to subscribe, okay? I certainly will be posting more readings for you guys, and I certainly look forward to hearing your comments on this. But again, as I was saying, giving you parting advice from this, having added up all of the numbers here, we come up with a numerical theme of 3. So the 3 says, or it tells you that the more you give to this situation, the greater, your long-term rewards are going to be. And it also equates to the Empress, too, in Tarot. This card is really telling you guys, heed your feelings or instincts and not your intellect, and really learn to kind of trust your feelings more. Because in doing so, you'll be able to resolve your difficulties, okay? So, Earth sign, this is what I have for you guys. I certainly do thank you for taking the time to sit and watch my video. I look forward to hearing your comments. And again, for those of you who have yet to subscribe, please go on and do so now. And again, I'll look forward to receiving your comments. And I thank you for your time. Enjoy your day. Thank you.